Yeah, good morning. Yesterday we saw some corrections in the US market, but futures are quite positive. In fact, it's a result-heavy seasons, and a lot of companies are coming up with results in the US. Even top companies like Meta, Tesla, and all has reported yesterday results. So we saw volatility on that account, but today morning, what we see that US markets are indicating a positive trend. Asian markets, a lot of market are closed for Lunar New Year holiday, and as such are not giving any great indications. But what we see that the dollar index has come off sharply. It yesterday went up during the market hours over 8 again, and now it is again back to below 108 at 107.84. So if it corrects, then that will act as positive for the emerging market. Now
Yeah.
most of the events in the US are out. Uh, Now even the Fed, which was not expected to cut rate, has done the same. They had not reduced the interest rates and indicated concerns of the inflations. So now it seems like the market is getting stabilized, and quite possible that the FII selling in the emerging market can also reduce, which will become bit positive for the emerging market in India as well. So what we see that today, though the market indications in the mornings are of a more of a flattish, but what we see that there could be a possibility of uh, we continue to gain momentum from the yesterday's improvement, as budget is there day after tomorrow, and there will be whatever the shorts are there in the systems will get reduced, and that can support the market. I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. Yesterday we saw some sustainable gain in market, and Nifty managed to sustain above the 23,140 range, and we expect today flattish open and within the range in market. Upside, first immediate resistance place around 23 to 40. If we clear this resistance, then we expect further rally towards 23, 317, 400 in upside. That is a major resistance for me. If we clear this range, 23, 317, 400, then we expect extended rally towards 23, 800 and 24,000 in upside towards budget. Downside, first major support place around 23,100 for intraday. If Nifty sustain this range and manage to close above this range, we see some positive momentum to be continued. Bank Nifty also given a good rally yesterday's session, and upside majorly resistance place around 49,370, and above that 49,640 and for 49,800 next immediate resistance for Bank Nifty. First major support place around 48,870 and then 48,600 at downside. The both index looks positive, but today we see some sideways momentum in first half. We closely watch this monthly expiry. If Nifty sustained above the important resistance level, then we expect further rally towards budget. Stock specific, UPL looks positive. We already given call in yesterday in UPL. In this call to be continue upside 578, 582 in upside, downside 536, 540. The major support for UPL. Motherson Sumi also looks positive because you see some positive diversion in daily chart. We expect some positive momentum in Motherson Sumi. Negative side. Mostly since Berger Paint looks weak at current level. MGL also looks weak at current level. Tatacom also trading below the important support zone. So we expect some pressure to be continuing Tatacom towards 1500 and below that range. That's it for technical. Derivative guy can.
Yeah, thanks, Vikas. On the derivative front, see, basically, Data is the same, only the PCR has risen up a little. We have seen good amount of put built up in the last couple of days at the 23,000 and below put strikes. Even for yesterday, 23,100 also witnessed a lot of additions in puts. That does suggest some sort of buying support can come in. Importantly, 23,000 level has been broken above and closed above. So that does send the Nifty upwards now. Looks like 23,500 is something where Nifty is likely to come in for the next couple of days. Open interest is very high, and today is the expiry, so we'll have to check how much has been rolled over, and if a significant portion is rolled over, you can probably see further short covering action going forward. VIX continues to remain high. It will settle down once the budget is announced, and post that you will see cool off. So probably that will also offset the downward trend for Nifty. So both these things are positive. From the stock specific front, nothing as such. Everything seems to be oversold and is likely to move up. So, yeah, I mean, banking and autos probably will lead the rally, and yeah, look out for the same. That's it from my side. Like to ask the fundamental team to take over, please.
Thank you, Nirav. Good morning. On the result front, SRF Limited posted the result above expectations. Revenue grew by around 14%. Segments such as chemicals and packaging film business has improved during the quarter, while technical textiles and other segment has also seen growth, but it was lower than earlier quarter. EBITDA margin reported slightly above expectations at around 18.7%. It was at 19.1% in the last year same quarter. The margins have improved for all the segment except other segments. The stock is currently trading at a PE of 44 times to FY26 CPS, and we will provide further update post the con call today. Gujarat Fluorochemicals Limited posted the result marginally below expectations. Revenue grew by around 16% on a YY basis. Both fluoropolymers and fluorochemical segment revenue grew during the quarter, but there was a sequential weak performance. For fluoropolymers, there was a decline in volumes as there were holidays in export markets, and it was a seasonally weak quarter for R125, which is mainly exported to US. In specialty chemicals remained flat during the quarter, and the bulk chemical segment continued to operate at full capacity during the quarter. Overall operating margin improved at 25.6%. The management expects overall improved performance in fluoropolymers on account of exit of the legacy player. Also, large-scale opportunities, particularly in automotive, semiconductors, EV, and ESS industries, are expected to translate the further growth in revenue and margins for GFL. In specialty chemicals, volumes are likely to improve from quarter four onwards, and for R125, both prices and volumes are expected to improve going forward. The stock is trading at a PE of 39 times to FY26 CPS. We remain neutral on the stock. Blue Star Limited posted the result ahead of expectations. Revenue grew by around 25% on a YY basis. Here, electromechanical projects and commercial air conditioning system segments grew by around 32%. Unitary products revenue grew by 22%. There was a decline in the revenue of professional electronics and industrial system segment. Industrial solution business maintained the strong momentum and growth. However, medtech and data security businesses experienced subdued performance. Overall operating margins reported healthy at 7.5% versus the expectation of around 7%. The stock is trading at a PE of 49 times to FY26 CPS. We will provide the update post the con call today. Thank you.
Good morning. On the news front, Sagility Limited has acquired a US-based healthcare focused services company called Broadpath Healthcare. This company has revenues of around $70 million, and it's an EPS accretive deal. It also has 1,600 employees on its books. So this acquisition of Broadpath will add another top 10 US payer company to the list of Sagility's clients. So it's positive for Sagility. On the result con call front, KPIT held its con call yesterday. Overall, the numbers for KPIT were positive. Company also raised its margin guidance from 20.5% to 21% plus for FY25, and left the revenues remain constant at 18 to 22% guidance. Company has seen a significant jump in deal pipeline, almost over 20% quarter on quarter, mainly with auto OEMs now focusing on larger consumer experience, cybersecurity, etc. Company is also expanding into new sub-verticals, specifically trucks and off-highway, which are expected to contribute to growth starting from the second half of the next financial year. Stock is available at a PE of 40 times FY26 expected earnings. So one can buy and accumulate the stock for medium and long-term returns. Also, Sai Silk Kalamandir held its con call yesterday, and the company had reported good set of numbers, with revenues growing 17% Y on Y and the gross margin expansion of around 190 beeps Y on Y. Sai Silk is expecting similar performance in Q4 as well, mainly on the back of good number of wedding days in Q4 and good traction from its Varmahalakshmi format premium stores, which have higher margins. In Q3, the SSG grew 6.8%, while that for 9 months it was down 6%. So, company expects this number to be neutral in FY25. Stock is available at attractive valuations, and outlook is positive for Sai Silk. On the results front, eClerx reported its numbers broadly in line with the expectation, with dollar revenues coming at $101 million. EBITDA margins have come in at 24.3% versus expectation of 25%. Stock is available at 24.8 times of forward earnings, and we'll provide further update post the con call. Vaibhav Global has reported improved numbers, wherein the revenues have come in at 977 crores. Last quarter, they were 796 crores, and a year ago, they were 888 crores. Margins have come in at 11.2%. 2% was, and last quarter they were 7.6%. A year ago they were 10.5%. Stock is available at 32.8 times TTM EPS, and we will give further update post the con call. Thank you.
Good morning. Bajaj Finance posted its results. Results is broadly in line with expectations. Profits came at rupees 4,308 crores, that versus expectation of 4,225 crore. It is 18.4% year on year. Gross NPA came at 1.12% and net NPA came at 0.48%. The AUM growth of rupees 24,119 crores and new loans of rupees 12 million loans are the highest ever from the previous quarters. Also, they added 5 million new customers in the current quarter. The customer franchise stood at 97.12 million on the course of to cross 100 million till FY25. In the call, the management mentioned that employee numbers is expected to remain modest until FY26. They have discontinued the co-branded credit and credit card business with RBL Bank and DBS. This change will not impact existing cardholders who will continue receiving services from their respective banks. The largest business contribution came from two-wheeler financing, while used car financing declined by 30%. Management announced changes in company leadership and expects the board to provide input on future directions by Q4. With their partnership with Bharti Airtel, they are set to launch 9 products by March 25, including personal loan, business loan, gold loans, two-wheeler financing, and Insta EMI card, and additional trading products. They plan to expand their product offerings over the year. Management affirmed their commitment to remaining a non-bank entity, as the RBI has no current roadmap for non-banks transition to banks. They aspire to be a consumer company serving 200 million people, capturing 3 to 4% of the total credit and 4 to 5% of retail credit in India. The stock is trading at a PE of 22.6 times
Sorry.
FY26 EPS and 5.3 times trailing price to book value ratio. Overall, it is a strong growth performance with management optimistic about increasing the balance sheet portfolio by 25%. They aim to keep a credit cost under 2% and maintain profit growth between 20% and 23% until FY26. So the outlook is positive. Thank you.
Good morning. Tata Motors posted the result below expectations. Revenue from operations grew by 12% quarter-on-quarter and 2.7% year-on-year. EBITDA grew by 11% quarter-on-quarter but declined by 15% year-on-year. EBITDA margin came at 11.5% versus expectations of 13.7%. PAT is below expectation. Stock is trading at P of 10.5 times FY26 EPS. JLR result is marginally above expectations. We have attended Tata Motors con call. So in JLR, the US market saw strong demand, growing 25% year on year. But China remains a key risk factor. Demand trend remain uncertain, and retail stock level are being tightly managed. In commercial vehicle, demand is showing early signs of recovery. Government infrastructure spending in expected to support SCV demand in quarter 4 and FY26. Additionally, quarter 4 is expected to be a strong due to seasonal factor and improving demand trends. In passenger vehicles and EV, industry growth is expected to remain flat at 2% for FY25, with possible rebound to 6 to 7% in FY26, depending on macroeconomic conditions. Tata Motors remains committed to EV expansion, supported by extensive charging ecosystem and new model launches. The company is expanding EV charging infrastructure with Tata Power to accelerate EV adoption. So overall outlook on Tata Motors is neutral. Maruti Suzuki posted the result in line with expectations. Revenue grew by 3.5% quarter on quarter and 15.6% year on year. EBITDA grew by 1.2% quarter on quarter and 14.4% year on year. EBITDA margin came at 11.6% versus expectation of 11.9%. PAT is in line with expectation. And stock is currently trading at P of 22.8 times FY26 EPS. We have also attended Maruti Suzuki con call. So company gave some future guidance retail sales growth of 3.5% year on year is expected to continue in quarter 4 FY25. The overall demand environment remains weak, and the company acknowledged industry-wide challenges. The company acknowledged a subdued demand scenario but expressed confidence in export growth, EV adoption, and new product launches. CNG vehicles are gaining traction, with 1 in 3 domestic Maruti cars being CNG powered. Rural demand is outperforming urban demand, a trend expected to continue. So the overall outlook on Maruti Suzuki is neutral. Thank you.
Good morning. Jindal Stainless Limited posted its results. Result is broadly in line with expectations. Sales volume came at 5.9 lakh ton, which has increased 4.1% quarter on quarter and 15% year on year. Revenue from operations came at 9,907 crore, which has increased 1.3% quarter on quarter and 8.5% year on year. EBITDA came at 1,207 crore, which has declined 3.1% year on year and increased 1.8% quarter on quarter. EBITDA margin came at 12.2% versus the expectation of 12.2%. Adjusted PAT is in line with expectations. Bansal Wire Industries Limited also posted their results. Result has improved. Revenue from operations came at 924 crore, which has increased 12% quarter on quarter and 53% year on year. EBITDA margin came at 7.8% versus quarter on quarter 7.7% and 5.9% year on year. EBITDA came at 72 crores, which has grown 100% year on year. Stock is trading at a PE of 56 times trailing 12 months EPS. We will provide further updates on both post the con call. Thank you.
Yeah, apart from this, Shami Hotels has come up with the numbers, and the results were ahead of expectations. The RevPAR has shown further improvement of almost 19% year on year, uh, whereas this is revenue has grown by grown by around 10% year on year, and EBITDA has grown by around 30% year on year. The EBITDA margin has seen good expansions. So overall result seems quite positive, and valuations are also attractive at around 16 time trailing EV by EBITDA, and somewhere at around 12 time FY26 EV by EBITDA. Uh, so outlook for Shami Hotels looks positive. Then yesterday, government has kept the price unchanged for FCI rice made ethanol, as FCI rice made ethanol at 58.5. Earlier, in few days back, government has reduced FCI price for ethanol from 28 rupees to 22.5 rupees. So this will likely to have a positive impact on the companies which are manufacturing ethanol uh, from food grains like Global Spirits. So Global Spirits outlook is positive with this result. So that's all from us. Now I'll request commodity team to take up from here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So, it is expected in gold, as long as it is holding on 80,000, we expect positive momentum to continue. For trading, one can buy around 80,300 with a stop loss of 80,000. And silver, one can buy around 92,000, 800 with a stop loss of 91,200. On upside again, expected to test 92 800, 200, wherein base metals copper one can buy around 828, 827 levels with a stop loss of 823. On upside, it is expected to test 834, 35 levels, so one can initiate a buy and dip strategy. Zinc also expecting prices to test to 69 to 70 on upside. Buying around 266 is recommended with a stop loss of 264. And in crude oil, prices are consolidating from 60 to 50 to 6400. If prices sustain below 6300, then we might see some correction. Else, for a pullback, one can buy with the strict stop loss of 60 to 50. And again, on 6350, one can initiate a sell with the stop loss of 6400. And in natural gas, we expect some pullback till 280, whereby again some selling pressure could be witnessed. All in all, could be in a range from 265 to 280. So trading within this range is recommended. That's it from us. Thank you very much.